Hello my friends and welcome to Italy, a place to love YouTube channel. Now, in today's video I want to talk about a very interesting comment that was written under one of my videos, my last week videos. Now, I'm gonna read to you this comment and I'm gonna say what I'm thinking about, obviously, my reaction to this comment, because anyway, I find it very, very interesting, even funny at a certain level. And then I want to know as well your opinion about, because this comment anyway is touching a particular subject that anyway is discussed every day here in Italy. This is a huge, huge, huge topic here in Italy nowadays. So let's go to read the comment. Now, who wrote the comment is one of my subscriber that is called Here Is No Why. Okay, so he knows what I'm talking about. And the comment is this. Antonio, I was told this. You have made the worst decision of your life to move to Italy. And then, anyway, he wrote his opinion and he said, people are funny. Laugh. Okay. So, now, first of all, I guess this subscriber, okay, is not Italian. I don't remember exactly his nationality. Maybe he's British, but I'm not sure. Now, here is no why. If you're watching the video, please write down under the comment if your nationality is British. I'm not 100%. I know he lives in Pescara. Okay, he lives in Abruzzo region. Maybe not exactly in Pescara, but I know he lives in Abruzzo region. Then I don't know why he moved there. I don't remember. Maybe he wrote. Anyway, this is not really important. But so, for me, this comment, believe me, the moment I read this comment, many, many things came across to my mind. And again, Antonio, I was told this, you have made the worst decision of your life to move to Italy. This has been told to him. Now, the first thing we have to say is, who told this to him? And now here we enter in the big topic. Okay, so basically these are Italian people. So I guess he's in touch with many Italian people by living anyway in Italy. And so he probably told the story that there is this Italian guy who lived in Ireland 17 years, but again, not only in Ireland, I lived in different countries in Europe since the age of 20, so I had several experiences abroad. And as many Italians are living nowadays, now it's very well known that Italians are kind of desperate to live in Italy. I find very, very hard to understand why they're desperate about living in Italy and to leave the country. Anyway, there are many, many reasons why people wants to leave, and I understand very well. Why do I do understand very well? Because I left. I mean, since my early 20s, I decided that I wanted to live abroad because, but in my case anyway, it's not because I didn't have the job. I always had plenty of job opportunities and even well paid. But the thing is that since I was very young, even teenager, 14, 15, I was driven by this idea of living abroad. And not because the necessity brought me to move abroad. It's simply because moving abroad, now, there are two reasons why people might move abroad. First is necessity. So they might not find a job, they might not be skillful, and so for this reason they decide to change country, to move to another country. Or in the second case, like me, for example, simply because I was thirsty of experiences. I was thirsty of sharing, of learning. I wanted to know a lot from different cultures because Italians generally they think, for example, oh, we have the best culture in the world. I never thought that. For example, I was always very, very open-minded, and for me, we are all equal. I mean, my culture, I give value to my culture, but I give value as well to the other cultures. I mean, mine is not better than another one. And anyway, I was thirsty of sharing knowledge and experience and learning from other cultures. This is what brought me, first of all, abroad, out of Italy. And this again, since I was teenager, then when I grew up, when I finished my studies, then, but even before I finished my studies, I start having experiences abroad. And anyway, at one stage in my life, I say, okay, now I go, when I moved to Ireland, I was already 30 years old. I mean, I wasn't anymore a young, very young, let me say, still young, but not very young again. And now, let's go back to the reason why Italian people wants to leave Italy, and back to the comment here why for them I took the worst decision, because according to the Italian people everywhere else now is better than in Italy. Now there is this, and according to me, this is shocking because it shows to me that there is a lack in these people here of let me say, how to improve their life in their native country. Italians always expect, for example, that jobs should be there for everyone. I understand the fact that, anyway, the job should be there, and for me, the job is there. Maybe it's not very well paid, okay, but the thing is that we don't understand the potential of this land. Now, we are highly underestimating the potential that there is in Italy. Now, if I'm an 18 years old nowadays, I might choose to leave because I want to do experiences, or if I don't want to leave, I have to activate my brain. I have to do something even to create jobs. I think now we live in an era, in a period, in a particular period, where it's not even hard to create a job, to invent a job. And then Italians always have the usual excuses, or like, but here we have this, you have to have connections. I don't believe at all. For me, it only means that these people are not using the brain. This is my understanding. Because if we really, really want, we can do things. And in these times where we have technology, where we have tools, I can find all the words. I mean, with the internet, with the computer nowadays, you can create whatever you want and you can sell it all over the world. I mean, people have to be more open-minded, Italian people in particular. But come on, we have such a land, we have such a beautiful country, and we are not able to develop ideas. But for me, this is a drama. This is a drama. A nation, a population that is not able to develop ideas. And now I'm not saying all the Italians, because there are a lot of Italians who are great businessmen and they achieve a lot. Let's take all the big brands, for example, all the things that people in the world abroad, in other countries, love about Italy, the fashion, the style. Okay, we been very good in the 60s, in the 70s, in the 80s to develop these brands, for example, that nowadays are wanted all over the world. Okay, so that's fine. But now we have the chance, come on, and we have to take the chance. This is a kind of message to the Italian people, and I know most of the people who are watching my channel are not Italian, and that's fine. But I would like to send this message to Italian people, and this is what I try to spread every day here. This was my huge bet. I left a lot. When I left Ireland, I left everything. Now I could have moved anywhere in the world, and when the attitude is positive, when we have ideas, mainly it all turns around the ideas. Now, why I moved? Let me use a bad expression. For example, why I moved in a place that is considered underdeveloped, so where the economy is not running and where people are living. Why? This is the question. Why, Antonio? Is it, Antonio, not okay to have taken this decision and to move in a place where he's gonna lose everything? Or maybe Antonio has ideas, he wants to develop these ideas. I see more the second one that I said. I'm full of ideas. Now, for example, when we want to develop ideas, we are all different. We all have different skills. For example, I've seen in my life people very good in trading and very good in doing businesses. I had friends that at 18, 19, 20 years old, they already had their businesses. Was in their blood, was in their genes to to be productive. For example, I don't really have these genes in my life. I always been someone who would rather be employed than creating his own business. And I was always disappointed a bit with myself. But it's not really my genes. I don't really have this ability to start a business. Even if I want to start a business, I say to myself, oh, Antonio, be very careful, take your time. You don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to go do anything wrong. I want to be successful, to try to develop this idea. I say, okay, Antonio, give yourself time. Take maybe 2 years, see what opportunities are coming. Now, if I were more, let me say, flexible and able to do business, I would have already started. After 9 months in the south of Italy, I would have already started. But I'm a bit slow from this point of view, and I take it because we have to know ourselves, which are our limits, which are our goals, what level I can set from an ambitious point of view. So anyway, I have my own strategy, and every one of us has his own different strategies. But personally, I see a huge potential here in the south of Italy. For me, nowadays, I don't know why it keeps repeating in my mind that there is more potential in a place that is, let me say, where the economy is not really going very well, than in a place where everything is already running perfectly. Let me say Germany, for example, or the north of Italy. Let me take these two regions of Europe, the German nation, where we know very well Germans are very productive, they are very good in doing business, they produce high quality at any level, and or the north of Italy as well. But I would find harder to find my space and to develop a new idea in a place that is already full of ideas. I hope you understand what I'm saying, what I'm trying to say. For example, here, okay, in the south of Italy, there is the tourism industry. That is an industry, but it's not like heavy industry. It produces money. It helps the GDP of the country. Or, for example, now I'm not good in the infrastructure world, for example, but There are a lot of potentials if someone wants, but it depends by the skills that this person has. From my point of view, what I'm trying to use at the moment is to see what can be developed, for example, by other people, what services they can provide here in the south of Italy that maybe are not developed at the best, at the highest level. Like, for example, they are already developed in other parts of the world. I see here a place like if someone wants to invest at any level can be successful. And also because, again, we produce something, what we produce has to be sold somewhere, but nowadays with the technologies that we have to be able to start new businesses simply because we can sell all over the world. Technology startups, for example. Now, I want to give you another, let's call it stupid example, okay? I've been talking with an old man here in Montemilone. Montemilone is a very small town. We are talking about 1100, 1200 inhabitants. In the 50s and in the 60s, Montemilone used to be 5,000 inhabitants. So they lost nearly 3/4 of the population who emigrated, went abroad or moved to the north of Italy. And I was talking to this old man, and now it's few times that he keep repeating me, oh Antonio, you know what, in the 60s in Montemilone we had 2 radio stations. Wow, I said. But straight away, the question that I asked to myself is, why there's not now? Why now they don't have? And the technology to make a radio station, for example, here. Now, if someone, you need to have the ability, you need to have the skills of, obviously, to open a radio station. And the radio station survives, lives thanks to the advertisings. Anyway, it's a system, then you have to create the contents. But nowadays, anyone with a computer, with a laptop, can create a radio online. And if I think that in the 60s, a radio online was listened only in Montemilone and maybe in few neighboring towns, nowadays, with the internet, I have the potential to make a radio station and to be listened all over the world. There are so many people from Montemilone all over the world, in United States, in Brazil, in Argentina, in Germany, in Belgium, in Luxembourg, in France. People emigrated all over the world from Montemilone, and there's not a person, a young guy, for example, who is able to say, okay, maybe you are alone. I gave you this example because this is what it comes to my mind. I don't have to think about other people. But what I'm saying is that there are plenty of opportunities. I mean, if only people want. For me, there are plenty of opportunities. You only have to believe that there are opportunities, because if I don't believe that there are not opportunities, there will be no opportunities. I mean, now, the fact that I move here is not the worst decision. Actually, it's the best decision. Because I believe there are opportunities. I believe it's possible to make money, to generate incomes if someone wants. All you have to have is ideas. Are ideas. But if people are sleeping, and this I'm referring to the Italian, who for me are sleeping badly, they should wake up. I believe a lot of Italians are productive. I believe a lot of Italians are working. I believe a lot of Italians are successful. But the one who are pouring on their own land. Now, I never seen anywhere like this in the world where people are pouring, bad word, in bracket, on their own land. I mean, your land should always be brought and considered as the best. Even if I live in the poorest part in the world, And if I'm from the poorest part on the planet, I should always think that the place where I am, where I'm from, I should always bring it like, here we can build the world if we want. Obviously, if I'm negative, if I think, but this is a message to everyone who believes that is living in an underdeveloped place or there are no opportunities. No, for me, there are opportunities everywhere nowadays. All we have to do is to be positive. Is to be positive, to work on ourselves, to have ideas, and to develop these ideas. We have all the tools that is necessary to have. And I have to think that I took the worst decision of my life. I don't take it. I'm saying you are totally wrong. Who believe that maybe things should always fall from the sky on you without putting any efforts. This proves me I would never even employ someone like this, because means this person is not even motivated to improve, to do better. If now nobody works for me, I don't employ anyone, but because at the moment I'm not into any business. But if I have to employ someone, I want to employ someone who say there are no limits. We can conquer the world if you want. Obviously, it might happen, it might not happen, but you must believe that you are gonna be successful. Okay, so my friend, that's why I moved here, and that's why it's not the worst decision of my life. Italians have this very negative attitude. I see, for example, if you watch Italian YouTubers and you read the comments under the Italian YouTubers, it's shocking. The amount of negative comments. I don't know what's wrong with these people. I don't know. I simply find very hard. Now, I might find hard, for example, to be in touch with these people. I mean, because if someone is not optimistic, if someone doesn't see the things in a good way, for me, there's nothing to do with that. I don't even have to talk 5 minutes at the bar if you don't see, if you have this negative approach. Stay away from me. I don't need this type of people around me. I need people who wants to do things and improve their life. Then there are people, for example, who are wealthy here and they actually want other people to leave because they're afraid you're gonna take their own space. No, 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 no. That's why a lot of Italians are pushing other Italians to move abroad. With me, that is not working. I'm saying this is the paradise for me. I found the paradise. And so, if you find a place and you have ideas and you might have some money and you want to develop and you want to make better, for sure you're gonna make better, because you can make better anywhere, anywhere. It's only about the mentality. Okay, my friends, so after this Saturday video where I share my concern and the reason why I've took the worst decision of my life, I wish you a lovely day, and so I'll see you here on Italy, a Place to Love YouTube channel to my next video. Have a nice day. Bye.